Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro career on Snooker 19. Today it is time for part 20 of Season 4 and the second part of 3, the second session of our Shanghai Masters semi-final against Judd Trump. Another 6 frames to come today. We are currently trailing by 4 frames to, which we said at the start of the last episode that we would take going into the second episode. I think if we were 5-1 down we'd have really struggled. Admittedly I'd have liked to have walked out of the third session 3 frames each. But as long as we don't do it again, as long as we can get on top of Judd in this session, whether that's drawing with him 3-3 and it being 7-5 at the end of the session, or winning the session 4-2, which of course makes it a best of 7 for the final session on Friday. Whatever happens. But thank you guys for your support so far. It seems you guys definitely enjoying the return to Snooker 19. And here we are for another, hopefully, action-packed episode. Now I think this red goes. I'm not going to go too hard here because we are going to have to play for the blue, unfortunately. Let's try and work this out. The black won't go, so I'm going to have to go for that blue. And it's marginal whether this red will go, but I think it will pass. Oh, just about does, but oh, that red has come back to haunt us. That red has come back to haunt us. So it was a good positive shot we played there, but alas, didn't quite work out. So it's going to have to be a safety, I think, here. But a good opening red gives us positivity at the start of this new session. As with every new session on Snooker 19, it might take you a few shots to get back into it, but the first shot we played there was a pot. And just as a reminder for you guys who don't maybe watch every episode of this series, that in the previous episode we did have the break off for this frame. That's why we've jumped into this frame, and this is a good second chance, and we're going to go for it. Our long potting aim seems to be pretty good. Just need to avoid any contact with those two balls, preferably. Coming through, that's okay. Don't mind splitting the reds up a bit, just give us an opportunity to the middle pocket on that. Lessens our chances, however, of potting at colour, but we're going to have to go for the yellow here. Play with some top, I think.
He's attempting to sink this
and see how we end up.
That's a beauty.
That's a good pot, but where's the position from here? That would be my only question. I suppose that red provides good position, but I've got to give this a whack. I have to say, we're off to a decent start in terms of pots, but the cue ball's certainly not on a string. So just got to have a bit of faith here that hopefully we get some decent position. And I think the black will go here. We've moved a few reds, so that's always nice. The black doesn't go. Or if it did, it'd be very tight. But luckily, we've got a straight pot on the pink, which is always a nice comfort to have. Pink will go back on its spot here, remember.
Playing for the middle pocket. Nicely done.
Play for the red by the black, and hopefully we can have a similar opening frame to what we had in the first session. I had a comment off Ben, or Blakey, one of my good friends, who said that was a great frame, and I really agree with him. It was a great frame, just a shame we couldn't really top it or play anywhere near that standard in the frames that came after. And some of that's just because the table didn't go for us, that the balls didn't go for us. I said a lot last time out that I felt we were having our typical bad day with the table, which can happen. So hopefully today's a bit better.
To slot this into the middle pocket.
So well, this cue ball ends up a bit. Again, I don't like playing with top particularly because you do end up particularly anywhere. There's no guarantees like there is with backspin. You know where you're going to end up. There's that sense of predictability with a cue ball. But these positions are absolutely fine. And this looks like a good chance from here.
17.
To reduce the damage. Bring it down to 1 frame. We seem to be queuing well anyway, that's always a good sign. Can't believe we've only made a break at 24, it feels like a lot more, certainly. Need to hit this at the right pace to get on the black, which we have.
25.
A little bit too close to that red for my liking. Makes queuing a bit more awkward here. Not ideal. Can't get that much pace on the cue ball, but again, not a lot we could have done. So I think it's red up to this yellow pocket. Not an easy shot, but I think we should be alright.
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
Looks okay to me. Right in the middle of the pocket. Cracker.
What a beauty.
And nicely on the blue from there.
30.
Or as, I can't remember who it was, but I watched a video on Twitter from Out of Context Snooker. I can't remember who the commentator was, but it was a similar position to that. And a commentator on Eurosport said yesterday, they said, well, he's on the black. And, well, alas, you wouldn't be on the black from there. You'd have to have quite
He's aiming to sink this
a brave
into the
player.
corner.
Maybe Angles McManus could have made it, but I wouldn't have fancied that black.
On a bit of a roll at the moment.
It was a mistake, obviously. He did mean that the other ball, the blue. But I know from experience it's very easy to get muddled up in commentary.
Could have finished a little better.
You mock all these commentators on the TV. I mean, I do it all the time with David Croft on the F1, but when you hear yourself, it's very easy to muddle your words.
47.
And that's more like it. We are getting into this now. Trump's not really had a shot, which I don't mind that at all.
This pot into the right corner.
Got to finish off the job, though.
Pot that was.
It's not done until
Seems full of confidence at the moment.
the ticker goes up to 3 for us.
53.
And if we could win the next frame, that would really be good for us.
Playing this with plenty of power.
Doesn't take the pressure off.
60.
Be a shame to do all the hard work and then lose it. But nevertheless,
Just the red required.
this is a good start. And we just need the red, and it's there.
No problem there.
So it's now 4 frames to 3. Just the way we wanted to start. I think if we'd have gone 5-2 down, we'd have started to get a little bit nervous. So we draw first blood. Very similar frame to the first one we played in the last session. No guarantees of keeping on it here, but
Lucky shot here.
hopefully we start as we mean to go on.
And in it goes.
69.
Try and split these two reds up. Are we going to have much fortune? It
Played
might
that very well.
be alright. Yeah, it's not too bad.
76.
It's going to have to be the red to the corner pocket. The green pocket.
He's lining up the long red to the corner here.
But that certainly couldn't have gone a lot worse. I've known it go a lot worse in the past.
Top, that is.
77.
This would be a good chance to make another century. Just to give us a bit of a boost. It's more to
He's playing the
get in
pot
Judd's
here.
head more than anything, but we've won the frame, that's the main thing.
Oh, that's right out of the top drawer.
83.
Position's going to be a bit trickier here, I'd say. Oh, that's gone way too far.
But hasn't really worked out at all.
Didn't anticipate it going that far, I must admit.
90.
And we can hit the red, it's just if we can get an angle to pot it, but I don't think that's going to happen. That's a shame.
He'll be conscious of not overhitting this. Pace is key.
Oh, we've missed the red. I think he'll just concede the frame there, though. 90 ahead, 35 remaining. Yeah, conceded the frame, so a good frame from us, a good start.
Foul. Neil Robertson.
And
90.
it's now down to 4-3 to Trump. But it just takes the pressure off a little bit, that
Frame,
does.
Neil Robertson.
Big swing frame that was.
Well played to take that frame.
Thank you, the 8th frame. Neil
So
Robertson.
the momentum is now with us. Can we make it count? 2 frames in 2 would level things up, make the match a best of 11. And that's not a bad break off to play. Maybe needed a bit of a thicker contact with the yellow, but you can't have everything in life. You can't have everything. I overhit that one a little, I think. In fact, we've overhit it a lot.
He'll be disappointed with that.
A few times we've underestimated how much the cue ball, or the object ball, I suppose, in this instance, can go. Our positional game, I think, still needs a bit of work.
6.
Can Judd make this a one-visit frame? Let's see.
7.
Oh, he's out of position already, unless he goes for the blue. Which he is, and he pots it.
What a shot!
Lovely pot, as you'd expect. Position's a little bit off, but maybe he meant not to be straight on the red. I'd have always gone for a straight red, but each their own. He's going to try and open one up here.
What a
And he
wonderful
certainly
pot.
does. Just about. Count his lucky stars there. The red pulled up when it did.
17.
But I expect this to be a topsy-turvy
18.
match. That's the way it's going to go. Playing against the number 1 in the world, remember. He's not going to be
24.
any slouch.
30. 31.
And this looks like a good chance. All from our poor safety shot. We didn't need to play that.
36.
Could have played it a lot softer, a lot thinner. But you get greedy sometimes, I suppose. Trying to look for the perfect safety. But that was far from perfect.
37.
And as a result,
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on.
Judd's
the
got a
long pot
chance.
here.
But this is a tricky blue. He's not played this with much confidence in terms of getting position, but he's had a lovely pot.
Tough shot coming up.
Is he going to go for a half chance? Here he is.
What a
Lovely
great
shot.
that is.
Great pot. Excellent.
Great cue ball
And what
shot.
position that is for the black. You
Position.
couldn't have asked for much better. Bloody
43.
much pinpoint straight. Just tap this into the pocket. But the way he played the blue, I must admit I was thinking, is he going for a bit of, not necessarily a shot to nothing, but knowing he's not going to be on a red, so make sure you get the pot and then play safety afterwards. It doesn't look like it though. And in the blink of an eye, obviously this is fast forwarded to save a bit of
51.
time. But in the blink of an eye, going from
58.
only 1 frame behind, Judd's 2 frame lead could be restored. But that just shows how important winning the last frame was. If we'd have lost the last frame, lost this one, we'd have been 6-2 down.
6.
And in real trouble. Nothing to worry about yet, but this should be the frame for Judd if he goes and pots this next red, which I'd be very surprised if he
This
didn't.
is the key shot. If this goes in, you fancy him for the frame.
And it's there.
57.
Good stuff from Judd Trump.
70.
Just shows our player only needs 1 chance. We showed it in the previous frame. Judd showed it here. Players both in good form. And at the moment, it's Judd getting the better of us. Only slightly at 5 frames to 3. But admittedly, I guess,
82.
A, it's more entertaining for you guys. And B, I enjoy playing in these more rather than when we beat him, for example, in the Scottish Open final. Was that? I think it was 10-4 or something like that, wasn't it? No, it was this final, wasn't it? Of course, it was 11-4 last year. And that's no fun, you know, being at the table all the time, not really having any of the pressure. Obviously, don't want it to go the other way around, but it'd be nice for Judd to make a century here. He's a tough shot, and he's not going to get the pot there. So we're just going to concede the frame. Judd restores the 2 frame lead, and it's 1 each for the session.
He's played that very well.
So both of us very similar. A break of 90 from us, a break of 92 from Judd. Both of us just missing out on the century.
Thank you.
And
The
Judd
ninth
gets another
frame.
shot. He's going to break
Big
off
trump
in
to break.
frame number 9. We've got a half chance at the start of the frame. You know us, we like to take them.
Looking to play this with a lot of power.
And it's
Really
there.
nice open
And we've
play.
opened up the reds. Seemed like a perfect opportunity to get a few of them open. And this again could be another chance.
1.
Effectively one visit snooker it could be here. And that's the best way to beat your opponent sometimes.
We
Don't
know
give
what
him
a
a single
prolific
chance.
one-potter he is, so I'd assume
Tricky
he'd
blue,
take
but I
this
think
on.
we got it covered. And it's there.
Really impressive cueing.
6.
Try to double check the black does go. Don't want to get down there and go, oh, it doesn't. But I'm not particularly a fan of the position, so I suppose we don't go too far and play the pink. That'd be the best option.
7.
Can have a look at the black, but I don't think it's potable from there. No, it isn't. We didn't commit to getting to the black, which is fine. We knew we were going for the pink, so no worries there.
He'll want this to drop into the centre pocket.
But this could be a very quick session if we keep both playing like this. Obviously, it's still fairly early days in this session.
14.
But there's something unique about this sort of match. Player gets one chance and they take it.
19.
Nicely onto the black.
20.
Wants to make sure we got on the black. Try and move these two reds. We could be in danger of not being on one here, but let's see. No, we should be fine. Just wants to get those moved, because
27.
I think they could have been a problem later on in the break. So just tap this in, and if needs be, we'll just go for that cheap blue.
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
And it's there.
28.
Again, not the easiest shot from here, but as I said, I think it was best just to make sure we potted that. Positions are not ideal here, I must confess.
The long pot's on, and he's going for it.
Particularly being right on the cushion. We've got to get the pot sorted, which it is.
Excellent.
And I think the position's just fine.
33.
Yeah, happy with that.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
Good
Tremendous
pot.
shot.
Don't want the cue ball to run too much
Oh,
more than that.
wonderful
That's
shot.
okay as is.
34.
I'm going to take the blue on here. Black's a little bit awkward from there. A little bit too straight almost to get the position for the
Expert
next
long
one.
potter, and he's taking this on.
Great cueing.
And from here, it's a straight shot. We can focus a lot more on getting a more precise position for the black. Beforehand, we were coming off the cushion, so there's always that air
Nice
of
position on the black.
questionability about it, if that's a word. That's a phrase used, I'm not sure. Other phrases can be found in a thesaurus.
47.
Just wants this pot to drop into the pocket.
Position looks good for a colour.
48.
Just got to have a look at how good our chances are here. Again, we know we've got a good chance, but we don't want to mess it up. So I think we go into the reds, hope for a good split.
The split looks good to me.
It's not a bad one at all. We move the pink, which I think will help. I think that's a pretty good split. Obviously does put the pressure on us to know that we need to take this chance now. Or else Judd might get a chance. It is tight, this is, to the middle pocket, so I think I'm going to tack on this one to the yellow pocket. Again, another tight one, but I think it's just all about probabilities and making sure a position. And it's there.
What a magnificent pot that is.
Excellent positional play there.
And having more reds out in the open just allows you to be a bit more flexible with position.
Playing this with a lot of power.
It's all around the table here. Don't go into the corner pocket and don't go behind the black, for goodness sake. Oh, it's not ended up too brilliantly for us, I have to say. It's not ideal at all. Just about to see the red to the centre pocket, but this wasn't exactly what I imagined.
He's taking this on to
Having
the
to
right
play.
side.
We got out of that one though,
No
and that
problem
should be
there.
the most difficult shot of the frame, you would
Wonderful
think.
shot.
62.
Not a shot I'd like to play all the time. Alright, it's this one he's going to get to the cushion, that's fine. Just awkward seeing from the line sometimes. So just one more red needed, and again we restore the one frame between the two players.
65.
I don't think we can see a red here. Ah, that red will just go. That's okay. No need to panic.
Just as red needed.
And the red's there. And again, the one visit snooker continues. Can we make it count though this time and get ourselves a century?
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt.
Quality queuing there. Really
We are due a scrappy frame at some point, you would think, wouldn't you? But at the moment, a player gets a chance and they take it.
72.
And the key is to keep up with Judd, or else he'll probably leave us behind.
79.
It's a bit unfortunate. I'll tell you what, these centuries have been as awkward as sin to get. We might as well go for a shot to nothing here.
And this is a half chance.
No, not quite, but it doesn't matter. We've won the third frame of the session. Judd Trump 5, Neil Robertson 4.
Neil Robertson, 79. Frame conceded. Frame, Neil Robertson.
And that is the frame.
Fascinating start this has been, hasn't it?
Neil Robertson to break.
Three very similar frames. One player gets the break off. The other one makes a mistake. Well, I suppose the player who makes the break off actually makes the mistake.
Well, he's taking the red on.
But maybe not in this occasion. And Judd's gone for the red straight off the bat. And he's got it.
1.
Well, he'd do well to make this a one visit frame. The way we're going though, we're going to play 6 frames in about 40 minutes. Again, I know that this is fast forwarded. The movements around the table just keeps the game flowing, but even so, talking of averages, you're looking at about an hour for a 6 frame session, but
12.
Judd isn't going to do it in one visit. He's just going to play the safety.
Judd Trump.
Don't blame
12.
him particularly. Just going to play this down the table, I think, towards the black. Hopefully the aim here is to tap the red just enough to get it by the black. Okay, that's fine.
Great shot. That's a
Certainly
really
limits his
good shot.
options here. So he just feathers it. Interesting again.
Looking to play safe here.
Now my worry is, can he see that one red that's loose? No, he can't. That's okay. Good shot, Mr. Trump.
Great shot.
Oh, this is tough now, isn't it? I think we just play up to the reds. Don't go too hard. We might have done. Or else it could be a chance. Can he see that red? He can't. Oh, got away with one there. We've certainly got a scrappy frame here, haven't we? I don't think there's any way to particularly feather our way out of this one. Again, we've hit that one a bit too hard. Wouldn't mind a touch from the yellow, but we are going to leave Judd Trump a chance. That's annoying. But oh, he's not going to take it on. Can he not see it? Wouldn't think so, but this is starting to unravel a bit now. Ooh, it's certainly a half chance. You know what we like? We like a good half chance. It's there.
Oh yes, what a pot.
1.
So the first frame in a while where both players have actually got a pot to their name. Again, that's been pretty rare.
He's lining this one up to the middle pocket.
Oh, don't hit the blue.
Nicely done.
I'll tell you what, actually that hitting of the blues provided a bit of a godsend. It slowed the cue ball down,
7.
giving us position on a red. Fair enough. The only problem is we can't go up to that blue for position now. I have to use one of these bulk balls. Trickier opportunity than we've had, but
8.
if we can take this, it could be good. Just breaks the typical run here. The aim is to use the cushion and get it to about where the blue spot is in terms of where it is on the table. That's okay. That's okay. It lines up nicely for that red.
12.
My only issue from here is how do we open up the reds? Certainly try something here. Because we're going to have to open them up. It's not going to be sizing them all one by one.
13.
So it's a case of potting the blue and just going for the aggressive screw back into them. Let's see what happens. So the blue's there. It's not a bad split. But where does the pot come from?
18.
That's my issue.
Well, it goes. Half a chance.
Oh, this is tricky. I think my question here is, do we play safe or go for the jugular? Because it's fair to say, if we do both, we could give Judd Trump a chance. There's no real way to play a shot to nothing here, so we're just going to go for it. This could be in.
And he's missed.
Oh, that's unlucky. That's really unlucky.
Neil
That's
Robertson.
close you could have got. And we've missed it. That's a shame.
1.
But you take those risks sometimes in this game. Sometimes they come off. We were oh so close there, and that's the problem. You almost want to be absolutely way off sometimes.
6.
And get the object ball away from the pocket. Doesn't always happen like that though, and we've seen evidence of that there.
7.
But again, happy with what we've done. You can't get it perfect every time. Wouldn't do anything different next time.
I think he's lost position here.
Yeah, he's going to play a safety here, is Judd.
Judd
This
Trump.
most certainly is the scrappiest frame of the match so far, that I can think of at least. And there's a tight hole here, but hopefully we can get through it. Looks like we have. This might not be a bad shot, you know. That is not a bad shot from there. I don't think he'll fancy that half chance. No, just a safety. So the fun and games start again. Oh, this looks like it got a good trajectory on it. That's a good shot.
That's an excellent shot.
Just about to the edge of these reds, but again, just gives him one option. He's hit the jaw, but I think he's got away with it. Let's see where this one ends up. Don't mind that. And Judd's made the first big mistake. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a chance
Not an
for us
easy
to go and win
one,
the
but
frame.
A half chance. Fabulous pot.
1.
Got to take this. I feel like we're not going to get
Potential
another
route
chance
back into
like
the
this
frame.
to level it up. And if we can level it up, it definitely changes the dynamic of this altogether. Been on the back foot since frame number 3. And to get back level taken at this point would be great. Needs to be precise there. I mean, even with that, it makes it a bit more difficult. I have to say, it's not easy.
If
only these reds wouldn't get in the way, eh? Way, eh, man? Just all about picking them off one by one. And each one you pick off, you give yourself an opportunity to get positioned for the next one. But this looks a good chance now. Need the cushions to be nice to us here. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Ah, don't like that. I don't like that particularly. Only solly series, this is a bit of a shot to nothing.
Well, it goes. Half a chance here.
Oh, wow. Oh, 2 shots in this frame where we've just not quite had the luck.
Robertson, 32.
Ultimately, it was our position that failed us. But you feel like Judd Trump's going to take this chance now. And this could be a big, big swing point in the match. Oh, that's mega frustrating. Just played with the top spin. Again, you can never be sure with top spin whether the cue ball's going to go all over the place. Where you're going to get with backspin. We're so used to getting that position.
9.
And I don't think he's going to give this chance up. That could have been a biggie. That could have been a biggie. And we weren't far off, you know. Again, could we have played a safety there? I'm not sure.
16.
But I don't think he's going to give this chance up now.
24.
Oh, it's going to be agonising. Going to be tough to come back from this.
32. 34.
That's a top shot. Well played.
Just shows how clinical Judd Trump is, though. Just the blue needed, and he's not going to miss this.
41.
He's cleaned up. That was definitely a chance. Definitely a chance. But it's Judd Trump who wins the frame.
59. And the
It's
frame.
2 frames each.
That's the
That's a
frame.
killer, that is, but we've got to get back into this.
Thank you, the
Again, the
11th
first
frame.
scrappy frame of the day, and it's Judd who gets on top. Need to make sure it's us next time round. I've almost been too thin there. Can't seem to get any in between, but that's going to be tricky to cue from, right on the edge of the yellow. Oh, very nearly got a good snooker there. Very nearly. Oh, we've never done it again, have we? We have as well. We've done it again. For goodness sake.
Well, that's not
We need to
worked
stop
out quite as
gifting
we
our
needed it
opponents
to.
opportunities like that. Make them work for it, because that's just not good enough.
He's aiming for the left corner here. Great
I thought he
opening.
missed that for a minute. Didn't look too great, but again, this is a big swing frame. Massive.
8.
No point looking at the what-if scenarios. We've got to look at what's here and now, but we do go into the second half of the match now, and we're 3 frames behind if we lose this one.
16.
And if we do go and lose this one, that makes the next frame, the last one of the session, so massive. But look at how he split the reds. You'd fancy him to go and take this one, wouldn't you? Just imagine what the last frame would have meant to us. Now we could be 3 down. Could be looking at a 147 here.
32.
It's been that sort of day. High breaks, not quite the century. I guess he's got to get to 100 first. That's one thing.
33. 40.
Oh,
41.
147's off, folks. Gutting. I hope the break's off, but I don't think it is. No.
46.
As I said at the start of this break, and it's ringing true. It looks like he's going to take this chance. And something I didn't say, but would like to say. It's proven, you give Judd Trump a chance. It's fair to say he tends to take it. I think he's underhit that one slightly, though. Black's off its spot.
55.
Just makes things a little bit more awkward. 7 reds left, though. 83
Doesn't want
points
to
up
hit
for
this.
grabs. That blue puts him 60 ahead. But he's out of position. Well, maybe not when Judd Trump gets a chance he takes it, and he's gone in off there. And I'll tell you what, I feel like there's something a little bit tactical about that.
Elected to play on here.
He knew there wasn't a chance of a pot from this. I just think that was almost a bit tactical. But the crucial thing is, we do get a chance. It's not all going to be Judd Trump. Oh, well. What a shot that is, Mr. Trump. What a shot that is.
This shot depends on perfect pace. He'll be conscious of not underhitting the cue ball here.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Play with some side there. Oh, so close to hitting the red and getting away with it. But we actually hit the pink.
Not what he intended, and to be honest, I'm not sure what his intention was.
All right.
Foul on
Hendon.
this. Judd Trump 6. 1.
Interesting.
He's taking this on.
Red's potted. Pink's the big ball here. And he's got it.
Possession
And that should be the
very
frame
good
for
here.
Judd Trump.
He's played that very well.
What you've just seen in the last 10 odd minutes could prove to be huge for this
So,
match.
Just the red required here.
8.
The winning line is 10. Does Judd Trump start to look at that a little bit now? Big frame this next one is, so don't go anywhere. It might not be any reason to panic. We can walk out of this session having drawn it 3 each. But if we lose 4-2 again, Then we've got a big job to do in the final 6 frames.
24.
We need to go and beat him 5-1. Whereas,
25.
if we...
32.
Is that right? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Judd trump.
No, 7 frames left, so, yeah.
Frame conceded.
5-2
Frame,
we can afford.
Judd trump.
And now the frame is his.
If we
Thank you,
win
frame 12.
this next frame.
Neil Robertson
Yeah,
to
but if we lose the next frame, then we have to beat him 6-1 in the next session. Big ask, that is. Big ask. So, big frame. Really big frame, this is. And obviously, if we can only afford to give Judd Trump 1 frame in the next session, it's not particularly ideal when the man that you don't want to win a frame's won the last 3. Clever shot there.
Excellent safety shot.
Can never quite tell whether this red, where the red's going to go, and B, oh well, where the cue ball's going to go. But I tell you what, I wouldn't have expected to not have hit anything there.
He'll be really annoyed with that foul. Lack of composure, perhaps?
Foul and a miss.
Yeah, it's starting to get to us here a bit, isn't it?
4. Free ball.
Oh,
Not what he intended at all. He'll be annoyed with that.
it's going to be one of those days, I think.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
1. 6.
We'll sit back in our chair
Chance to sink this into the
and drink a
left corner
cuppa,
pocket.
because there's nothing we can do.
7. 12. Judd trump. 12.
And luckily, there's only a sip left of me drink, because Jump's out of position. Did I say jump? I said jump, didn't I? A combination between Judd and Trump, I think, there.
This isn't easy.
Very much a shot to nothing here. Potential go at the pot, but ultimately,
That's
a
really
safety.
Close, but not quite close enough.
And that should be okay, but I'm not liking the look of where that red ends up. We've not had much fortune when it comes to safety, have we? At all. 9 times out of 10, I bet, we've left a red.
He's looking to pop this into the left corner pocket.
1.
So even when we are getting a chance here, we're not really taking them. I think the last 3 frames of this session have been a stark contrast to the first 3.
6.
And you'll notice, say if Judd wins this frame, obviously we can't have stats on this frame yet, that Judd will have won all the scrappy ones.
This
But-
should be straightforward enough.
Hopefully we can change that. But while Judd's at the table, there ain't a fat lot we can do. So it's looking like Friday's session is going to need to be a big one from us. But I think he's out of position again here. You wouldn't think he'd take on this red. Surely. I've been wrong before though,
Is
and I'm willing to be
critical
wrong
here.
again, because he can take on that red. I didn't see that.
13.
And again, a few more reds into the open. A few more chances, potentially.
20.
Big swing moment. I told you, it definitely was. Could have made it 4 each, was it? No, it was 5 each, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 5 each.
21.
If we'd have made it 5 each, I feel like this might have been a different match. It's not all over yo-yo yet. There.
23.
Put my teeth back in. Yo-yo-yo. It's not over though yet.
24.
If it does end 8-4 to Trump, we'll need a good day on Friday. We'll need a bit of luck, and we'll need 1 visit snooker every time. And no mistake snooker, quite crucially. But we can do it. We'll try our best,
Gently does it.
because we would love to retain this title. Remember, this is only the semi-final. If we do get through this, we'll need to win a best of 21.
He's lost position here.
Tricky pot, though, this.
37.
And he's missed it.
Judd Trump, 36.
Judd Trump misses something, you say? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. It's okay. No problem there. I'd be so tempted to play this one beside. I really would.
This shot depends on perfect pace. He'll be
Just
conscious
nestle
of
into
not
them here.
underhitting
No
the
need to
cue
take a
ball.
big risk. No need whatsoever. Let Judd make the mistakes. The head scratcher here is that, of course, we've got the red up the table, but I don't think we've got anything to lose in this frame. Let's go for the pot.
This is tough.
Certainly is.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
He needed some luck there, and he didn't get it.
Well, again, I don't regret that. I don't think we've got much to lose. It's going to be a tricky safety, but everything's now out in the open, and we can pretty much call this frame. If it wasn't before, call this frame
What's
over.
the pace required for this shot?
1. Six. 7.
So not a great day for us, it's fair to say, but I don't think I consider it as that bad.
10.
Yeah, we've made a few mistakes, but we've played some cracking snooker as well. Judd's been the better man though so far, and the scoreline indicates that and reflects that.
17.
Got a bit of work to do in Friday's session, but I'm more than up for it.
18.
We'll give it our best. We've got the mentality now that there's nothing to lose. It's not a ranking event, so there's not necessarily any money to lose. So we'll just
24.
play naturally, play how we usually do. Maybe with a little bit more vulnerability and a bit more friction to our game. Not quite
25.
playing the expansive snooker you might expect, but
30.
at the end of the day, we can't lose frames willy-nilly now. Judd's got 8. He's nearly at the winning line. He only needs 2, and it's very easy, even if you've got 60, 70 points in a frame, to slip up.
Taking on.
And we saw it in frame number 10, didn't we, how
Standing pot.
Judd took a chance to go 6-4 up, and that seems to be the big turning point so far, but still, that century of points still can't be made. So at the end of the second session,
Frame conceded.
unfortunately, Judd wins 4-2 again, sorry, and well, he's got double the number of frames as us going into the last session, so we'll watch the break off for that 13th frame, and we'll bring you the last 7 frames, or however many it needs, to get our finalist in Friday's episode. But if you guys have enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below. Of course, make sure you comment your thoughts and subscribe for Snooker 19 content on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. We'll be back on Friday at 6 PM to see the conclusion of this one. Can we come back into it? We've won both of the opening frames of the session so far. It's fair to say we could do with that on Friday, because if we go 9-4 down, whew, it's a tough one from there. But thank you very much for watching. I've been TIJ Gaming, and until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.